Alright, welcome to the first ever Left 4 Survival tier list, and starting off, we're going to be doing the Left 4 Survival tier list for Infected. Look at all these amazing Infected down here. Now, we're not going to be doing, obviously, Yeti, because he was an event item, so we're going to be excluding him, but we can't remove him, so we're just going to have to leave him there. But anyway, we just put him on here and see which one is the best out of all of them, I guess, or where they basically belong in this game. And if we get 10 likes, I'll do fucking Survivor, because why not? Anyway, let's get this over with. The first Infected. Second Infected, zombie. Sure. He's actually just a regular zombie who just walks around biting your hands off, I guess. Not really too much. But the thing that makes him shine above this Abomination is the fact that literally he spawns sometimes with armor. And if there's a Juggernaut user, he's actually pretty good because he takes quite a lot of damage. And if he doesn't die, then technically he can still do a decent amount of damage, but he's just a regular zombie. Nothing too much, really. And then there's Bloater, which technically he has to get in close proximity of survivors just to do what he usually does, which is a ton of damage if he manages to blow himself up, or just you kill him and he's literally in your face. He drops like 40 of your HP or 50. So yeah, he's really strong, but realistically he's really slow. His ability is like 20-ish damage or something like that, like 12-ish damage, and also like blinds you, but really he's really slow and you can easily kill him before he gets to you, so he's gonna be D tier. Anyway, next up is Spitter. Spitter's actually a pretty good Infected, especially mixed in with especially having like combos with other Infected. For an example, like Hunter plus Spitter, that is very strong. Hunter's damage plus the Spitter's damage is really good. Tangler plus Spitter is really good, and Chiller plus Spitter is literally the most deadliest because literally they cannot move for any reason and they could just destroy their HP. So on her own, she's an Infected. But mixed in with combos, she's like an A tier or like S tier-ish. But on her own, she's an SC tier, not really too much. She's just shooting at Infected, blocking hallways, that type of thing. So yeah, she belongs in C tier. Tangler,
Target locked.
Tangler is a very strong Infected, especially like, Tangler plus Hunter. They are both very strong, and they are both technically the greatest Infected because they literally capture survivors where they can't do anything unless they either have a defender that can kill them, have a survivor machete, or just machete themselves to get themselves away from the Tangler, or the teammate has to kill both Tangler or Hunter to get them freed. So realistically, this Infect is pretty good. Not necessarily an A tier one because technically, actually, he's a must pick because he helps to capture survivors a ton. Hunter is also a very good one. Like literally, the Tangler's like brother. But the only thing is that technically they both have their pros and cons. Where Hunter can leap really fast and far to like, I guess, trick and like, confuse survivors on like where they're going so fast, but also to like leap around super fast and far to like, I guess, get the advantage on them. And plus he is pretty difficult to actually hit if he's constantly jumping or like behind little boxes or something like that. And plus he can do some sneaky attacks. So realistically, this guy is slightly better than the Tangler, I do have to say so, especially if they're both in a group, like with a bunch of Infected blocking as defenders and doing more damage to the survivor. This is where the Hunter gets really strong. Alright, Inferno.
Allahu Akbar.
Oh, he is pretty strong of an Infected. If he's really good, mainly against like group survivors, because he'll do damage to all of them. And plus, he actually regenerates all his HP when he uses his ability, no matter where his HP is. And also the fact that realistically, of course, when he uses his ability, they survivors burn for like 5 seconds doing damage, I believe. So yeah. He is technically a pretty good Infected, not necessarily the best because he's pretty good. Anyway, Francisco.
Hello there.
This guy's also pretty good as well, mainly because he just blinds survivors, but on his own he's okay-ish, I guess. But also mainly he's really good if like there's a bunch of Infected doing a massive push on the survivors. He can quickly get in there, blind all the survivors so they can't see the incoming Hunters, Tanglers, Chillers, or Juggernaut. And this will become very chaotic. So I do believe Francisco is very good combo-wise, just like a lot of the Uninfected. But on his own, he can only do so-ish little. So I'm going to have to put him a tiny bit more on Inferno. Or maybe just a little bit wrong. I'm not too sure. I'm gonna have to say a little bit. Okay, there you go. I think that's a pretty good sign. Anyway, next up is Banshee.
Fucking normies!
Do I even need to say why she's so fucking good? Literally, when you startle her, she can jump really high. She goes really fast. She does like 40 to 50 damage per swing of her their claws. And overall, her ability is cracked. She literally spawns like rings. And if a survivor were to accidentally bump into those floating rings, then literally they'll get, I guess, ear raped, I guess. I don't know how to say it. And literally they'll cover their ears, run in one direction, and they cannot fucking shoot or defend themselves. So she's really fucking strong. Riot, my favorite infected. He is really strong, especially the fact that literally his basic attack is very strong. I believe the third is strongest basic attack, because mainly he does a crap ton of damage with that. His ability allows him to basically ram around the map with ease, push survivors off of locations, push them into further into the horde, push them basically into corners and stuff, dealing a crap ton of damage with his ram ability. And he's the only infected to not have headshot bonus damage.
Yeah, boy.
So I technically believe he is a must pick. He's really strong and infected, plus just as an aggressive infected overall. Next up is Juggernaut.
Try me, bitch.
Juggernaut is by far the most strongest, with 5 to 6,000 or like 1,500 HP to 60k, 6k. He is incredibly strong with this passive ability where he launches survivors up into the air to push them off of maps, to basically do a lot of damage per punch and per rock throw with a stun. He is incredibly strong.
Yeah!
Chiller. He is incredibly powerful. The fact
You son of a bitch!
that the Chiller can literally stop survivors in their tracks so other infected can just finish them. Like, for an example, Hunter will do great, Tangler will do great, Spitter will do fantastic. And especially the fact that the Chiller has a passive ability where if he basic attacks a survivor, they'll actually get a slowness effect, so they can't really move fast. This is really good to counter the Soda ability or the Candy Cane ability. Realistically, this is a really good infected. Shaman, he is an incredibly good infected. He is really good.
Revive me!
Actually, the fact that he heals infected, he does bonus damage to survivors using his spells, obviously. And realistically, he's literally like the only infected who's technically like a support next to Spitter. They're technically support infected. This guy helps so much with dealing damage and especially the health, especially for like Jug and Banshee. These three zombies combined will do so much. So realistically, this is my Live for Survival tier list. If you disagree, tell me in the comments. If you agree, then tell me in the comments as well. But that's it for today's video.